There are a few things that you should know about sorting. The first is that the aggregation framework supports both disk and memory-based sorting. By default, the aggregation framework will try to sort in memory, and there is a limit of 100 megabytes for any given pipeline stage unless you allow the use of disk in aggregation. We're going to go over later how to set that option when aggregating. But by default, if you don't set that option, you're going to wind up with a memory-based sort, and all the pipeline stages or any particular pipeline stage is limited to 100 megabytes. And there is an option to do a disk-based sort, which you might want to use if there is a lot of data that's going to be produced in each pipeline stage. And the second thing to remember about sorting is that you can do it before or after the grouping. So you can sort before or after the grouping stage, and there are some good reasons why you might want to do both. It can be very useful before the grouping, and it can also be useful after the grouping, especially when used in conjunction with a limit. And I'm going to show you sorting after the grouping. So alright, so let's look at an example. We're going to go back to our zip code data set, and each document looks like this, if you recall. And then we're going to just add a sort at the end of this query that we did before. Makes it a little bit more useful though. We're going to match on all of the zip codes in the state of New York. We're going to group by the city and sum up the population. And then we're going to project, just to make it a little bit neater. We're going to rename the underscore ID field to be city, essentially, through these two operations, suppressing the underscore ID and then creating a new key called city. And then we're going to include the population, and then we're going to sort by population descending. And of course, this can be a compound key. It doesn't need to be just a single key here, but in this case, I just want to sort by the population descending. Let's see what that looks like. All right. So it looks like this. And you can see that now we've got the result in descending population order. So we can see the biggest cities in New York. And the biggest city in New York is considered Brooklyn, which is one of the 5 boroughs of New York City. And again, as I told you before, it looks like in this data set, each borough is its own city. And actually, beyond that, so this is Manhattan right here. This is the Bronx. This is the city of Rochester. And then this is Staten Island, which is where I grew up. And then you can see that Queens has been broken up into multiple pieces. Buffalo is a separate city, but the borough of Queens is not even a city. It's put in as Flushing and Jamaica and a few other places. I guess the postal system, post office in the United States has its own notion of what a city is, interestingly enough, so that's news to me. I consider New York to be one city since it has one mayor. All right, so let's now do a quiz on sorting. So again, considering the zip code collection, which has the documents that look like that, write an aggregation query to sort by state, city, ascending, both of them ascending, and assume the collection is called zips. And put your answer right there.